I'm so sorry if I caused you any pain. I would have hated it if anybody had kissed my husband the way I kissed yours.
Cheers turned humble bar visits into weekly must-watches, but sometimes outsiders grabbed the limelight. Remember those guest appearances that left everyone talking long after last call? Here's a countdown of the top 10 scene stealers who took Cheers by storm. Number 1. Kevin McHale from Cheers. Let's go back to the heart of Boston, to a place where everybody knew your name, and for one unforgettable night in 1986, where Celtics great Kevin McHale pulled up a bar stool. In the Season 5 episode, Cheers Fouls Out, McHale didn't just play himself, he became part of the Cheers family, blending his towering frame and signature Boston wit with the regulars' shenanigans. His physical comedy, clumsily ducking through doorways and gamely volleying basketball one-liners, had Norm and Cliff acting like starstruck kids. For sports fans, it was a dream crossover. For sitcom lovers, it was pure gold. McHale's self-mocking charm and casual banter with Sam made him seem like he belonged behind the bar all along, reminding everyone that, in Boston, legends could walk right off the parquet and into your favorite pub. As the laughter faded and McHale's cameo ended, viewers realized sometimes the real MVPs come from outside the script, leaving the crowd cheering for more. Number 2. Emma Thompson as Nanette Guzman from Cheers. Late night piano bar, you song floating through the chatter. There she was, Emma Thompson, stepping onto the Cheers stage long before Hollywood knew her name. In the 1993 series finale, One for the Road, Thompson played Nanette Guzman, Frasier Crane's one-time musical love, bringing both wit and vocal fireworks to this final Boston round. Her effortless charisma and heartfelt singing stole the spotlight, giving Frasier and the audience a glimpse of what might have been. For a bittersweet moment, it was Thompson's voice, not the clinking of beer glasses, that echoed through the bar. The power of her cameo. It wasn't just about star power. It was that rare guest spot that made the regulars feel new again. For just one more song, one more goodbye. As the lights dimmed on Cheers in 1993, Emma Thompson's turn as Nanette reminded everyone that sometimes a guest star can walk away with the final note. Number 3. Christopher Lloyd as Philip Semenko from Cheers. It was impossible to look away when Christopher Lloyd stormed into Cheers as the wild-eyed artist Philip Semenko. The year was 1982, Season 1 still shaking out its cast chemistry. Lloyd's arrival brought a new spark. His Semenko was magnetic, weirdly poetic, and absolutely full of himself. When he started critiquing Sam's masculinity or tossing out half-mad theories about Diane's soul, you could feel the whole bar raise its eyebrows. Lloyd's performance tilted the usual Sam and Diane banter from snarky flirtation into new, chaotic territory. This one-off guest spot didn't just make the regulars nervous, it showed viewers what true comedic unpredictability looks like. Years before he won Emmys for his work on Taxi, Lloyd delivered lines that made you snort with surprise, with that same lightning energy he'd later bring to Doc Brown. Semenko's presence lingers in Cheers lore as a reminder. Guest stars, when perfectly cast, don't just visit, they temporarily take over. And in that unforgettable early episode, Lloyd wasn't just a guest. He was a storm nobody saw coming. Number 4. Alex Trebek from Cheers. Step inside a dimly lit Boston bar, and you might expect wisecracks from Norm or a Frasier monologue. But in Season 8, a familiar mustachioed game show giant slid onto the set. Alex Trebek, the legendary Jeopardy host, brought his trademark poise to the 1990 episode, What is Cliff Clavin? There, he presided over a live TV trivia contest where Cheers resident know-it-all finally had his shot at glory. Trebek's calm, precise delivery clashed deliciously with Cliff's anxious antics, setting off a round of comic fluster rarely seen in the bar. It felt less like an episode, more like worlds colliding, a cocktail of intellectual pride and classic sitcom chaos. Trebek's cameo wasn't just a wink to fans of Jeopardy, it elevated the entire dynamic, blending quiz show gravitas with Cheers' blue-collar warmth. The sight of Alex reading clues above the Cheers logo remains a perfect tribute to pop culture mashups everywhere. One iconic host, one unforgettable night, and an audience left hungry for more surprise visitors. Number 5. Paul Wilson as Greg Stone from Cheers. The raucous hum of Cheers gets kicked up a notch every time a guest star walks through the door, but Paul Wilson's entrance in Season 2 as Greg Stone was pure electricity. Wilson's Greg isn't just another face at the bar. He's a fast-talking, smirking homewrecker who sets his sights on Diane, much to Sam's mounting frustration. What made Wilson stand out wasn't just the script, it was his razor-sharp comedic timing, the way he leaned into Greg's unapologetic confidence, and the smoldering slow burn he brought to every line. The chemistry fizzed, with one classic blow-up scene practically making the walls shake as Sam confronted his unwelcome rival. Greg's antics in the 1983 season became instantly quotable at home and at water coolers across America. For just that one episode, Wilson turned the bar into his own comedic battleground, reminding us how a great guest spot can leave a lasting stamp on TV history. And with the echoes of those cheers still ringing, we set our sights on the next unforgettable entrance. Let's pause for a second. Which Cheers guest star episode made you laugh the hardest? Did you have a favorite barfly cameo that surprised you? Drop your best memories or sharpest one-liners in the comments below. Number 6. John Cleese as Dr. Simon Finch Royce from Cheers. Just picture it, Sam's bar buzzing, until in walks a British comedy giant. In 1987, John and Cleese, famed for Monty Python and Fawlty Towers, became Dr. Simon Finch Royce for one unforgettable Cheers episode, Simon Says. As Diane's marriage counselor, he radiated deadpan wit, clashing with Sam and the gang's rowdy American energy. The whole setup, Boston's favorite barflies facing down this prim, proper intellect, sparked true comic lightning. Cleese's dry, bemused put-downs turned simple banter into must-see TV. The episode became an instant classic, bringing Cheers its first guest actor Emmy as Cleese took home the prize for Outstanding Guest Performer. Suddenly, Cheers wasn't just a sitcom, it was an event, British humor colliding with American heart. Moments like these proved anyone could walk through those swinging doors and rewire the night, leaving you grinning about cultural collisions and unexpected breakthroughs. On Cheers, even brief visits turned into legends. Let's see who else turned heads on Beacon Street. Number 7. Robin Colcord from Cheers. The clink of fancy cufflinks, a clipped British accent, and a sly smile. When Roger Reese swept into Cheers as Robin Colcord in Season 7, the whole bar took notice. Robin wasn't just another guest, he was a billionaire with a knack for charming Rebecca and outwitting nearly everyone at the bar. His arrival in 1988 shifted the show's tempo, adding high-stakes romance and corporate trickery to the regulars' sudsy banter. Where most guests tried to win favor or share a drink, Robin pulled off power plays and romantic entanglements that left Sam Malone himself scrambling to keep up. Every line he delivered dripped with wit, tempting Rebecca and needling his rivals. It's little wonder audiences cheered for his schemes, even as they rooted for him to get his comeuppance. Roger Reese proved in every scene that a guest star, given the right material, could steal the spotlight from television's most beloved barflies. As Robin plotted, flirted, and double-crossed, you could feel Cheers itself become a little more electric. Proof that sometimes it takes a villain to light up the night. Number 8. Dick Cavett from Cheers. The distinctive sound of clinking glasses mixes with the sudden buzz of excitement. A real celebrity is at the bar. When legendary talk show host Dick Cavett appeared as himself in Season 2 of Cheers, something electric happened. Suddenly, the cozy world of Sam's bar collided with bigger fame. Cavett's dry wit and razor-sharp banter played perfectly against the regulars, clueless Cliff, cynical Carla, and our ever-charming Sam. The episode aired in 1983, a time when Cheers was still fighting for ratings, and nothing said you'd made it quite like a bit of Tinseltown magic wandering in from the cold Boston streets. Cavett's self-aware exchanges brought a dash of New York sophistication straight into Boston's most familiar watering hole. For regular viewers, it was a wink. This little bar mattered, even to the icons. When Cavett traded jabs and stories with the locals, Cheers felt both bigger and more intimate. It's proof that sometimes when the door swung open, anything could saunter in. And maybe, just maybe, that's why you kept coming back. Number 9. Harry the Hat from Cheers. A burst of mischief lit up the bar whenever Harry the Hat sauntered through the front door of Cheers. Played by Harry Anderson, Harry the Hat was a charming con artist whose slick tricks and rapid-fire banter had everyone, patrons and viewers alike, looking over their shoulder. Anderson first slipped into the role in 1982, dazzling with his magician's hands and sharp wit. Harry the Hat worked the room with irresistible flair, swindling the Cheers regulars in 6 different episodes. Every con was clever, but what truly made these moments magical was the crackling chemistry between Anderson and the main cast, especially Ted Danson as Sam Malone and George Wendt as Norm. The crowd loved to hate him, yet just as quickly they were cheering for his next clever move. Harry the Hat made mischief look like high art, leaving fans eager for every surprise swindle. When his final scam wrapped, the place just felt a little less electric. But for those 6 episodes, Cheers belonged to Harry. Number 10. Andy from Cheers. The soft clink of glasses and Sam's easy grin couldn't prepare you for the explosion that was Andy. In Season 1 of Cheers, actor Derek McGrath burst through those iconic bar doors with a performance still talked about today. Andy was an ex-con with wild eyes and unpredictable energy, a powder keg wrapped in a nervous grin. Introduced in the episode Coach Returns to Action in 1982, his character was both punchline and palpable threat, a blend Cheers rarely showcased so brazenly. Andy's desperate attempts at love, especially with Diane, turned tension and comedy into a roller coaster that left everyone, even the perpetually unfazed Carla, looking over their shoulders. His guest turn, brief but thunderous, reminded viewers that beneath the safe glow of Sam's bar, real chaos could walk in at any moment. And as Andy's manic laughter faded, you realized Cheers could surprise you just as quickly as it could comfort you, onto more unforgettable faces in the crowd.